Hey gang, Christopher here, and we're back at it again. Miller Middle School in San Marcos. The black team is the TMT Squad from Lockhart, not to be confused with TNT like dynamite. And I would love to know what that stands for. Haven't gotten close enough to a shirt to read it. Meanwhile, the Jags, the black with white lettering on the right side of the screen, 0-1, had a rough start against a throttling San Marcos Rattler team last week, and Darren tries to step in front of a inbound pass, keeps his feet, finds Soren. Soren racing around, finds Darren again, and a long shot, and Darren bags it right off the bat from beyond the free throw line. Number one's got two. So an inbound from Lockhart and an opportunity to respond. It's going to go to Seven, who works his way around the right side. Soren trying to guard him, and they're going to call a travel. They don't often call travels at this age. They give them some grace, but each refereeing squad, I suppose, has different allowances and rules, and that one, not much allowance. Colby, number 30, is going to bring the ball down court. And they'll meet him at the midcourt line. Soren looked like he was going to set a screen. It's Darren who tries to. Colby picks up the dribble and then throws up a prayer to Thomas, but Thomas has it, loses it. And then the whistles blow, and they're going to call a foul on the ground, I believe, on Lockhart team, and it'll stay with the Jags. So Soren will inbound and fakes to the right, bounce pass to Darren. Darren working to his left, finds Soren on the baseline. Soren going to take the shot and found the back of the rim, and a defensive rebound and a travel called. So absolutely no leniency on the walks. Colby will find Darren on the inbound this time, and Darren crosses over left side, finds Soren. Soren working to his left, and then sixth little bump. Soren goes up and the ball blocked from behind, and they're going to call a foul. Soren will go to the line, and the first free throw effort of the day underway. A running clock, even while they set up here for the free throws. It's where a lot of the time goes. CFPO, both in football and basketball, uses a running clock and keeps the games from going too long. So two shots coming for the Jags. Soren steps back so he can step up, puts the first one up and nails it. He has it. He's 1 for 1. Shot number 2, up and away, and gets it as well. Perfect from the line, and it's a 4-0 game. So the shooting on point so far for the Jags. Bounce pass to 10. Colby guarding him. Finds 5. 5 to the right side. Pivots around. And Soren has a steal. Here comes 0. Down the right side. Puts the shot up. Too strong. Darren there to recover. Puts it up himself and drops it in. A 6-0 run for the offense. So a good display of defense there. Soren will pick up the point as he crosses midcourt, but he'll dish it off, and no one home, but 10 goes and collects it. Pass goes over to 2. Soren on him like glue. Colby steps in front. Darren picks it up, and he's got Soren and Colby, but he's just going to cross it over, take it in himself, and drop one in. Timeout. Lockhart, they're going to talk about things and see if they can't stop this 8-0 run. Back from the timeout. And 10 wheels to the basket. Soren trying to put a hand up to defend. Good looking shot. Soren's got the board. And he'll hold it and let him go down. Soren knew his rights and wasn't going to dribble without him. Here comes Darren. Sprints to the basket all the way in. Right side. No problem. So Lockhart looking for an answer. And the Jags waiting for him at midcourt. 10 blows past Soren to the right side. Got a lane, goes all the way in and puts it in. And Soren will have to shuffle his feet to stay in front. A little better than that. So the drought ended. 10-2. Pass over to the right side wing. Soren crosses over. Looking for Darren's 10 steps in front of the pass. And the first turnover there committed by the Jags. And then this pass on the foot, 4 wraps it up, stands up with it, and they'll call a travel for getting up. Darren uses the speed into the paint and rattles one out close, and then 10 goes up for it, and they may call an over-the-back foul on the Jags. TMT working left to right, bounce pass, 7, and gonna call double dribble. So from the turnover, come the Jags. 1 will work to the right side, sends 10 on past. Dishes out to Soren, and then 2 playing a good brand of defense. Soren looking for a lane, puts the shot up and drops it in from the wing. TMT looking for their lane, and 10's gonna go by him, but Darren steps in front, turns him around, and a clear lane to the basket. Number 10 has both points. All 4 points, rather, for TMT as we're under 30 seconds here in quarter number 1. Possibly the last shot opportunity of the opening quarter. Darren races to the right and tries to repay the favor, too strong off the glass. And Soren gets the board, gonna dribble in, use the glass himself and knock one down. And does the basket count? Yes, it does. And a shooting foul and 1 opportunity. So with the running clock, the quarter expires, so everybody heads to the bench. Meanwhile, Soren will get his opportunity for 2 shots. He went 100% from the line last time and nearly dropped one in. Excuse me, 1 shot. It was an and 1 opportunity. 14-4 after 1. Whistle blows, commencing play, and Darren wastes no time hitting the Jets in a big collision there. And they may call a blocking foul. 10 giving Soren the business on the inbound, and then a jump ball as 5 ties him up. Inbound goes to number 9, and she's looking for her man, and Soren steps in front of that one, but a travel called before the pass. 8-minute quarters, and 5 is a good little athlete in his own right, fighting hard, but Darren able to get the basket up and in from the left side. So inbound goes to 6, he'll bring it down. And Jamel on 10 on the near side wing. 6 gonna risk a backcourt violation, and he does. Not backcourt, but too long to get across. 10 seconds is all you've got. Here come the Jags. A 16-4 ball game and a 3-ball, nearly banked in. And a good defensive rebound by 10, and then a collision there on the floor. 10 going all the way to the baseline. Now he's got a little room. Jamel picking him up. Darren crawls off the floor from the injury, limping a bit. 5 on the baseline, a little short on the shot, and Soren's got the board. And then a referee timeout to check Darren out as he's limping around. Darren and Soren check out of the ball game, take a break. Meanwhile, Jamel will inbound to Colby. 5.5 to play in the opening half. Colby calls for number 2, then picks up the dribble and needs to get across the line or get the ball across. Throws up a prayer, and 2 nearly stepped in front of it. Colby gets his own pass, puts up a shot from the baseline, a little strong, and 4 has it. And they'll send everybody down court. And 7 wheels around to his left. Got an open lane. Bounce pass. Should have taken it himself. Colby was there and swats it away. It'll stay down here with TMT under the basket. So 10, looking for his man, finds the height in 7, throws it a little high, and Jamel corrals it. Here come the Jags, the other direction. 28 in, throws one hard off the glass, and Thomas there to try to get the board, couldn't quite. Logan's got it. And then the whistles blow. And a grab from Black, a foul on the ground called. This one will stay on the Jags end. Colby trying to find a lane. Jamel looking for him. Throws it deep into the backcourt. And 5 steps in front. Fast break. Right side. Puts the layup up a little strong. His man's there but can't finish. Loose ball now. And Logan saves it. 4 trying to tie him up. Now Logan gonna be called for a walk, I think. No, I thought maybe a timeout, but they're actually going to give Logan the ball to inbound. Not sure how that transpired, but here comes Colby. Colby sticks 2 fingers up in the air, calling for the formation that he wants. Nobody coming. Now a long pass to Thomas. And 10 nearly swipes it. Thomas comes up with it. Thomas wheeling through traffic. One-handed pass to Jackson. Jackson puts it up a little short. Colby gets the board, swatted out by 5. And then goes up and down, and they'll call the travel. Soren and Javon check back in for Colby and Jamel. And 2:49 to play in this half. A 16-4 spread in favor of Buda. 10 on the right side. Trying to blow by the defense. He's got nothing but daylight. 10 up to the right side and has his third layup from the right side. And Soren continuing to let him blow by him. Soren looking for somebody to inbound to. Javon goes and rescues him. Soren trying to keep it clean all the way to the basket and puts up a layup and in. And Soren adds to his point total, which I think is 8. A lot of screaming in the gym. 18-6, 10, going all the way again. Puts one up and rolls it across the top, but it's been the hot spot for that TMT offense. Soren using the dribble, splits the defense into the paint, goes to the basket, and drops another one down. He's at double digits. Jackson crosses midcourt to pick him up. 10. Soren trying to stay in front of him this time, puts the arms out, going for a steal. 10 puts the ball up, a little shy on the shot, and Javon secure. No, it's a tie-up. Logan getting in there, and we'll see which way the possession arrows goes. It's going to be gold. Logan dishes to 0. Meanwhile, Darren standing on the sideline, looking like he wants to come back in. Soren trying to spin around, and they'll call him for the travel. He picked up the dribble. So 5 will be the point as they put this one back in play. 30 seconds to go in a 20-6 situation. And Darren back in the ball game now. And tips that pass, but 2 collects. Moving to his left side, and the ball loose now and out of bounds. 10 seconds to go. They're going to have to put a fast one up. 10 seconds, Soren! And Soren going to have to put one up from deep. A 3-point ball. He knocks it down at the buzzer! Soren has a 3! 23-6 at the break! Start of half number 2, and we switch ends. And so 5, blowing by the defense. Darren trying to pick him up at the top. Spins around and finds a guy inside. The shot off the mark and out of bounds, tipped away, and it'll stay TMT's direction. Ball goes in from TMT, and Soren takes it away. And he'll let them clear and then dish it off to Darren, who then gives it back to Soren. Soren, the dribble, off the right side, and then puts another shot up off the back side of the rim, and the defensive board. 10, moving the other direction. And Darren steps in front and steals it. Here comes one on the transition. 5 trying to defend, looking for help, finds Soren. Soren lets the guy go by, now gonna use the dribble and called for a travel. I believe number 5, dribbling the ball here, was a formidable foe on the football field this past fall against a lot of these players for the Lockhart Lions black team. And he is dancing around, and they'll call him for the double dribble. Picked it up a few too many times. As aforementioned, a lot of the double dribble and travel calls subjective to the referee's decision, and they may hold some players to different standards. And then Soren all the way in, fouled as he shoots, so he'll go to the line for 2. Some fun competition. Soren, I believe, has 13 points currently. If he were to sink both of these, he'd have 15, tying his older brother's mark in middle school basketball set earlier this year. A little friendly, brotherly rivalry, and we'll see what Soren does. First shot, up, and a little deep. A rebounding opportunity here on the second shot. Soren up and away, and this one is netted. And he is 3 of 4 from the line today, 75% free throw shooting. 24-6, there is a 25-point lead mercy rule in the second half in effect, should it get there. Darren trying to block the passing lanes, and dished off to 6, loose, and loses it out of bounds. Here comes the hot pink shoes across midcourt. Little shoulder dip. Into the paint he goes. Spins around. Finds the lane and misses to the left side. Goes and gets his own board. And looking for help. Pitches off to Darren. Darren dribbles and parks up. Finds Soren. Soren from the key. On the backside of the rim. Nearly put one in. Darren's got the offensive board. He's going to try a shot. Off the front of the rim as well. And Jackson hustles for the offensive rebound. Throws one up in the lane. Darren there to get it. Up and down, kept his foot. No, it's a travel. 5 catches his breath. Slows the pace down. Darren waits for him at the midcourt line. 3:15 in the third. Works to his right side. And Darren nearly takes it out of his hands. Playing with him a little bit. And loses it on the boundary. And number 5 checks out of the gym as he's walked out by a parent, I'm sure. Darren with a 3-point ball, not quite. Jackson with the board, no. Darren's got it though. Backs back up and he wants to try it again. And this time he nets it! And Darren's on the stat sheet with a 3-pointer. A 27-6 effort. Should the Lockhart score and the ball's loose and then picks it back up, and so therefore it's a travel. Should the Lockhart score stay at 6 and the Jags get to 31, it would end it. Here comes the Jags offense. 2 will pick Soren up at midcourt. Dishes off to Darren. Darren turn and shoot for 3. Misses to the right side. Jackson with a board. And then dishes off to Soren. Soren dribbles in, puts it up, and won't quite drop. And now the TMT squad has a rebound. 10 on 10 and a reach in called. No, yes, called for not letting them get back. They got to have a clear path to dribble down unimpeded on this end. Number 2 to the left side. And Thomas swipes one. Couldn't quite get it out of his hand. Stands up with it in a travel call. Colby checks in for Darren and he'll inbound. And Colby bounce passes one to him. 30 seconds to go in the third and calling for one, and he hung the ball on his hip and traveled. 15 seconds, so TMT will have to work pretty fast. A little crossover there into the paint, finds his lane, puts it up to the right, gets his own board, back up with it, still wouldn't go. Gets a third rebound opportunity and still won't go. Now Jackson has it. Colby grabs it. And the buzzer sounds. We got one more to play. 27-6, Jags on top. The final chapter upon us. 8 minutes to go, 27-6, and here comes the Jags on offense. Colby will inbound to Soren, working left to right. And Soren races, trying to keep the dribble alive, and then blocked. A good clean block. Soren couldn't quite save it, stepped out of bounds with his arm. TMT, right to left, 5. Loses it, but 2 there to back him up. And a turnover. Colby coming the other direction. Fast break. Number 30 spins around. Fires one up, a little hot. Gets his own board. Trying to go back up with it, but swiped out of his hands, and 10 steals it. So good effort from 30. Here come the Lockhart squad. 10, wheels around, nobody picks him up, all the way in, and he's sure from the right side, has been all day. Has most of their points. In fact, he's got all their points. Five, trying to stay on Soren. Soren looking to pass it and double dribbles it. Jamel checks in for Jackson. And 6 minutes to play with. 5 to the right. And blows past the defense all the way in. Short shot, gets his board. And a travel called, as it never hit the rim. And so it was as if he passed to himself. Soren crosses to the right side, spins around. Ball hangs on his hip. And then puts one up. Short off the iron. Logan needs to go back up with it. Instead finds the ground, gets rid of it. Soren puts one up from the outside. Misses on the backside of the rim. Jamel there, but he'll let him go and create space. Couple of good-looking chances for the Jag offense. 10 going to take this one all the way in himself again and knocks another one down. And the TMT team in the double digits. Soren trying to go all the way to the glass, and they'll let him, and he just can't find it. Kind of cooled off here in the fourth quarter. Here comes 5, all the way down. Pulls up, parks up, and puts one short, and Colby grabs it and turns it over. Needs to let that one go out of bounds. Darren checks in, along with a couple others, and goes to guard this one. 10 just couldn't find it, and Soren's got the rebound. Just over 4 to go, halfway through the fourth quarter. Darren receives it. Soren over there, spins around, and then knocked out of his hands. Shoot, and he'll go to the line. He's been good from there so far today. Soren sits at 14 points. Here comes the first one, and just off the left side. A chance to tie his older brother's mark this year. Won't do it there. And the ball loose. Darren rebounds it, puts it up, and drops it home. 5 walks it down. 2:53 to go in the ball game. To the right side he works. 2 on the wing. Back to the point. Darren steps in front, takes it away, gives it to Soren on the fast break. Soren on the right side, puts it up, too hot. And TMT has it. Four, loses it. Soren takes it. Coming the other direction. Parks up, spins around, shoots the ball, and just can't get it to drop. He's given himself every opportunity, and then a referee timeout as number 4 will collect himself. Pass goes to 10, and Darren helps himself to it. And under 2 minutes, you can press. We'll see if they enforce that. Darren gives it to Soren. Soren wheels past the defense to his left side. Got to get rid of it now. And an errant pass, 10 saves it, still in play, and now out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Jags. Darren inbounds to Soren. Soren trying to split the defense. Into the paint he goes. Shot goes up and rattles out. Just wouldn't go. And now rolled out of bounds, and it'll be a TMT ball. 1:10 to go in the ball game. 5 crosses midcourt. 5 blows past Soren and then trips, and the whistles blow. Foul called on Soren, and the clock stops under a minute to go, 58.5 seconds. 29-10 the count. TMT will inbound under their own basket. Darren slaps it, Soren collects it. 53 seconds to go. Soren using the dribble, got to take the ball with him. And then held up, they're going to let it fly. Finds Darren, a 3-ball. Darren drops it, but on the back edge. Grayson trying to get it, saved, but out of bounds. And it'll stop the clock at 40 even. One of the few inbounds here under their own basket the Jags have had all day. And Darren finds Soren. Soren bumped immediately, and the foul called. Darren looking for Soren again, and Soren does get it, turns and shoots it, and hits the iron. Darren has it again, and wheels back to the basket and then tripped. A third inbound under their goal to Soren. Soren corralled by 2 guys, and they tie him up before he can shake free. 26 seconds to go, 10, stolen, and Darren going the other direction. Puts it up, and rattles it home. Darren's got a bunch of points. Clock at 15 seconds, a 31-10 ball game, and 10 gets past Darren. Puts one up, hot, Darren rebounds, fires, down court, Soren, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, he's got to shoot it now. Puts it up, and not on the mark, and won't get there. The Jags win it 31-10. They improved to 1-1 on the season. A good display of offense and defense. Soren ball 1 shy of his older brother's record this year. We'll see you guys next week.